Hello, my name is Dr. Cheryl Burdette, and I'm the Educational Director for Origins Incubator. And this is a place where we get to come together in community and discuss difficult cases, things that don't initially add up, brainstorm together, and see what we're all thinking. In this week's case presentation, we had a 50-year-old female who was trying to lose weight. So she was doing things like eating even what we might consider a high amount of protein, 100 grams a day, and she was, but yet still struggling in terms of the weight loss, and also had curiosities upon her laboratory finding. Even though she was eating a higher amount of protein, what we saw was that her creatinine was low, which will often happen secondary to lower dietary protein, and her total protein was low as well. So what could explain the lower level of creatinine if she is eating better protein sources? Well, one of the times where we can see that occur is when there is more damage to the muscle. And what we found out is that she indeed had a idiopathic myositis, and so inflammation of the muscle. And so as we dug in, what we found out, and so she's also eating very healthy, yet she has these increases in liver enzymes. And so what could be causing that? She's not on any medication. She's doesn't drink. She doesn't really have any risk factor for this. Well, it turns out through her journey, and in fact, there was another confounding picture with this, which was that she had fatty liver, but the fatty liver had resolved. So through a functional medicine approach, she had adopted diet and lifestyle changes. She had been, successful to losing weight to a degree, but those last pounds were stubborn. She was still struggling with that. But through that journey, the fat that she lost on her body, of course, came off her liver too. So on ultrasound, her fatty liver was in remission, yet her liver enzymes were increasing. So what could be going on here? Well, so when we added up all together, everything that was going on, when we looked at the pieces of the puzzle, what we realized was that, yes, she has an underlying muscle inflammation. In addition to that, she's really trying and struggling to lose weight. So she's over exercising. So maybe also mild rhabdo in there as well. And in addition to that, she's on Ozempic. And we know as you lose fat mass, you also lose muscle mass as well. So all of this breakdown from the muscles was occurring, which would explain the funkiness in terms of lower creatinine, but also the proteins from the muscle can cause liver enzymes to go up as well. And so when we put her whole picture together and thought of the pieces and not just a single diagnosis, we were able to figure out oddities, lower creatinine, even though eating higher protein, and otherwise quite healthy, resolving fatty liver, but yet liver enzymes going up. So we put this picture together and came up with a plan. If we're not incorporating, and if the muscle is experiencing more inflammation, there's research in terms of carnitine, and we know that that will drive the carnitine shuttle, moving fats and proteins, as well as carbohydrates, into the mitochondria. And so again, more muscle disorder, mitochondrial disorder. So we talked about ways to decrease muscle inflammation. We talked about other pieces of the puzzle in terms of how to get her to absorb more of the protein and maybe back down the overall amount so that we are not stressing the system, and how to continue to work with her on her changing journey of how to get well.